Alright, Shalom. I want to begin by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha, Kodash. Alright, double honor to our beloved elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And Shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. It's the brother Atazwan from the GMS Columbus, Ohio branch. Coming back again with another video through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. Alright, and pretty much through the Spirit, just watching some of the beloved elders, the Quayim, while the apostle Ramlab,
The Lord gave them
down in Dallas, pretty much tapping into the first 10 minutes of the video. They were just, going through things, concerning the brotherhood, brothers being on fire, examining ourselves, so on and so forth. And they spoke about, something that is key to me and something that I will always remember. Something that the beloved elder Big Gad told me when they first came down here to visit us. And pretty much, he was just, pretty much explaining to me that you got to have your own relationship with Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. All right. And, because ultimately, like the elders are going into is, pretty much in a nutshell, the next man can't save you. Okay, and Lord's will that be the title of this video, the next man can't save you. Okay. At the end of the day, we all have our own personal walks that we have to walk. And as the scriptures say, he that endureth to the end. Let's get that real quick. Slide. Matthew 24:13. And I'm going to go NLT. It says, but the one who endures to the end will be saved, right? And that's singular. Okay, the one. All right. Because at the end of the day, we're our own individuals in this ministry, although we're a body that makes up, or, we're our own individuals that makes up a body. We all have our own function, and lot in this truth, man. Okay. Let me see. To remain, to tarry behind, to remain, abide, not recede. Okay. But right. Like it says, but the one who endures to the end will be saved, right? Like it says 13, but he that endureth, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, right? So that's singular. All right. So that's speaking about, an individual. Okay. So again, we are all, like I said, a body, but, we're our own individual. Like I said, as individuals, we have to have our own personal relationship with Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Again, the next man can't save you. Okay. Real quick, just thinking about this. All right. See, maybe persuaded his own mind. See if that come up. You gotta be dead on. There we go. Romans 14:5 reads, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Right. Again, when we got into this thing, like I always say, you got to be selfless but selfish. Okay, in the sense that, again, you have your own walk in this thing. Okay. The next man can't save you. And, they were going into Luke the 19th chapter. All right. And every man who received the portion, of talents. All right. Those were his talents. Okay. He couldn't borrow or, take from another man's talents. And no, that was his own. Those were his allotted talents, man. Okay. And he had to, do what he had to do with his own talents. Likewise, us, having talents in this ministry, we have to move with our own talents. You can't, give a brother, 5 of your talents and, ask him to, move them and, flip them and, gain interest on them. No, those are your talents. You got to, work the bag yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to work the bag yourself. You can't expect the next man to work your bag or work your post. Okay. So again, we have to understand this thing as individuals, man, that you got to have your own relationship with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, especially in the times we're coming into, man. All right, and again, everything I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, because we all got stuff and shit that we need to tackle and handle and get right before Yahweh Shai comes, man. So I'm cursing myself out first and foremost, man. All right. But again, remember this, man. You got to have your own personal relationship with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. The next man can't save you. Your elders in your camp can't save you. The apostles can't save you. All right. Your regional heads. No. All right. Of course, we understand through the Spirit that we believe GMS has the proper doctrine that Yahweh Shai is dealing with us. But that doesn't mean every member in GMS is going to be saved, man. All right. The Lord's going to weed out the bad here. God forbid I'm one of them. All right. But again, hey, man, we'll see who stands the test of time. But, again, you can't hide behind the GMS logo. Okay. You can't hide behind your elders. You can't hide behind the apostles. All right. You got to have your own relationship with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Real quick. Let's get this. This I forgot you gotta be dead on with the BLB. Yeah, Philippians 2:12, one of my favorites. Philippians 2:12, it reads, it says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling," man. And that's something I bring out often. It's something I preach and push to my, my younger brother, who's now in the ministry. When he was, straddling the fence, I told him, listen, bro, I can't save you, man. All right. You got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Your own. When you go to the word own in the Greek, is heota.
Strong's G 1438. Heautu.
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 Heautu, it says himself, herself, itself, themselves. All right, himself. Real quick, let me see something. Himself, used as the object of a verb or proposition to refer to a male person or animal, previously mentioned as the subject of clause. Okay. Himself, see himself. All right, third person singular. All right, singular. Okay, so this is pointing to the individual. Okay. You go into the Strong's. This is from a reflexive pronoun, otherwise obsolete. Genitive case. It says alone. Okay. Own. Self. Okay. All right. Of third person singular and plural to denote that the agent, right? Because ultimately is, speaking out, to the masses. All right. But it's directed, to the individual. All right. Whoever is amongst the masses. Okay. So again, man, this is vital times to really lock in with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai through the Spirit. I pray and hope that I take, more heed through the Spirit and tackle the things I need to tackle, as well as all you beloved brethren, from the elders on down, the elder Ramalab said, or Salaki Yasharamba said, certain fights, ultimately will end when Yahweh Shai comes, but we got to fight. We got to fight harder. All right. We got to fight tooth and nail, because ultimately, man, these spirits are running high, man. And you can see that they're out for brothers, man. Trying to, make Jake weary in the flesh. All right. Throw Jake off track, throw Jake off the routine. The crunch of society is hitting. Every brother feeling the effects of, the world. Prophecy is hitting, man. And, again, it's not just affecting, the people in the world, but us as well. Okay, so we got to, do the Spirit adjust, let go, fast, pray, and do what we need to do to, Lord willing, lock in our spot on the chariot, man, Abba Ratazan. All right, so late night, just wanted to put some on wax to the Spirit. All right, Lord willing, says edifying and exhort to whoever may receive it, giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakudah, Shalom.